Hey, buddy, where's the knife at?
I don't have a knife.
Knife?
What knife?
Did you have a Bowie knife?
No.
I just can pat you down and make sure you don't have it, okay?
That's fine, no problem.
Your Bowie knife.
What about it?
Crocodile Dundee
Alright, relax.
And all my stuff that I got?
Tim, let me talk to you over here.
in your hand.
Tim, let me talk to you over here, boss.
Yeah.
What's going on today, man?
Oh, this is the problem. There's this guy right here that's been a tenant here. And no, there's been more, you've been around, you've seen it, yeah, Daniel. He's been calling the cops, all kinds of stuff, harassment all the time. I have a video of him saying he's gonna shoot me in the head, all kinds of stuff. I told these people about it, they didn't do nothing about that. He told me that this guy was gonna be gone out of here. My rent has come, my mail comes here. I've been sitting here for over 90 days. You know what I mean? So this is a civil matter of an actual process of eviction. And the thing was, I have money for the rent. And he said that I was just trying to get out of paying my rent money. And every time I got to pay my rent, he takes me to the check cashing to go get the money. He gives me a receipt, and I stay here. But what I said, because of the bed bugs, because of the rats, because of the situation that's going on, it's not habitable for me to be here to begin with. You know what I mean? And then, again, with being harassed by this guy that was supposed to have been gone out of the area a long time ago. So that's where I was addressing is like fact is if you give me the 3-day notice, I can go here to Metropolitan Ministries, they'll pay my rent, everything will be fine. And then, not only would I have money to pay my debt off for my credit, I will also have money that will have for $550 for the rent on top of all that. So this money here has got to go to the court registry Monday morning. And that's what I was waiting on. My friend Rose is going to come pick me up now. She's on the bridge, so she couldn't come back around because she's on the bridge back to St. Pete.
Is she coming to get you and
yes.
you're leaving today?
I have to, obviously, because I have no other.
What's the deal with the Bowie knife, man? That's why you called it.
I'm packing all my stuff, man. I have all my stuff in my bag. Everything I have is all my stuff. I don't use Bowie knives. I don't have any weapons or nothing. All my stuff is packed up in my stuff.
That's why we get the call, though, okay? It's not about you packing up, but if you're seeming excited and agitated and stuff like that,
exactly.
you start walking around with a Bowie knife, what's his impression going to be?
Yeah, well, I wasn't walking around with anything.
That's why we're here to make sure there's no issues.
Yeah, no problem.
Whether you're leaving or whatever the situation, that's between y'all to work out. Okay?
Right.
But where we get involved is with he gets nervous because you're all hyped up and now you're walking around with the Bowie knife.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that, but it wasn't.
Where's Rose at now?
She's on the bridge coming back here. She just came earlier, and I talked to her, and she said you got to stay there to the 1st. Because they got to formally evict you because of the fact that and I'm sleeping on the couch, so I was supposed to be in a room, but I couldn't afford the $550 a month. They were helping me out. Granted, I helped them out when the storm came. I did whatever. I've been doing everything. I'm copacetic with everybody else in the house besides this Daniel guy. And that's the only problem is this guy right here. This would not even been an issue if it wasn't for this guy. Calling the cops all the time, harassing people, going out banging stuff, doing all kinds of crap at all hours of the night. I got video of all the harassment, all the stuff that's going on, and I've been addressing it, I have every right to address it because I am paying rent here, so it's only fair. You know what I mean? For them to say, hey, we're having a problem with you breaching your contract, because he said if I called the police on him, I'll be evicted anyways. So now guess what? He's called about 4 times and nothing's happened to the guy.
He hasn't called on you.
But he's called on whatever other reasons. But I'm answering the door.
Listen, doesn't matter though. He's calling for his own issues. It's not illegal for him to call the police.
Exactly,
right?
but
he's not calling on you, so it's not harassment, man.
He's
not calling on you. He's not calling on you. Your name's Tim, right?
Yes, sir.
He's not calling and saying Tim did this, Tim did that. Okay, he's not calling about you, so it's not harassment. Okay, he's calling for his own issues.
Right.
Okay, and to talk to us, and we work his issues out, and we leave. Okay. There's no harassment.
He has mental things going on.
The thing is with this guy, this is what the problem is. He goes off there and he goes with his backpack and walks down the road, and he comes back, he's an instant asshole. So he's either drinking on his medications or whatever his deal is, he causes a whole lot of problems.
And here's the thing, I understand what you're saying about as far as you want them to evict you, but do you really even want to wait that process? If they have bed bugs and they have rats and you can't get along with this guy, is it really a situation where you want to put yourself through? If Rose is coming to get you and you can make those arrangements to stay somewhere else, why even put yourself through that? Okay.
Exactly. But see, the thing is, what I was asking for was that letter because of I had to go to the courthouse with that. I can't just go of a 3-day notice or something like that.
You said that.
And that's what they're not giving me as a 3-day notice. If I had a 3-day notice, then I could sit there and show grounds or show cause. But this is not really a cause, because if I leave on my own recognizance, on my own admission, then I can't go after them for damages because of the fact I'm leaving on my own grounds. But now that he's saying that, The fact of me having to pay for the situation and infested bed, where the couch that I'm sleeping on is infested with bugs. You know what I mean? And basically, if you spray them, it's just going to, pacify the situation. They got to do more to that. That could have been taken care of. No problem. We could have addressed that. Everything would have been fine. Rat traps, whatever the case would be, we work with it.
Have they
but
sprayed?
The fact with this guy coming off,
Have they sprayed?
not that like somebody came in, but that could have been anything.
Okay. So I mean, they came and sprayed. Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you write to them in writing, notify them that there's bugs and everything else?
No, I have not.
Okay.
No.
So obviously, I'm not a civil attorney. Okay?
Right.
However, you have to understand they have sent somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You didn't notify them of the issues in writing.
Right.
Okay. I'm not saying that you can't go after them civilly, but I'm just saying there's things that you have to do on your part too. You have to notify them. You need to document that.
Right.
They have sent somebody in.
Well,
So
the text messages and stuff like that.
Of issues.
Yeah, the text messages to the manager
something
there.
To consider too. So
Yeah.
the whole for cause thing, that really to me is a minor thing. You don't really want to be here. Okay.
Right.
They have an issue now and don't necessarily want you here.
Okay.
Why are you going to put yourself in
Can I
that
have a
situation?
report letter or a number
I'll
or
give you an
anything?
event number showing that we
Okay.
were out here.
That'd be great.
But at the end of the day, man, if you're going to take them to court civilly, you don't have to force them to evict you just to do that.
Right,
okay?
right. Exactly.
Because whether or not there's bed bugs in here is a completely separate issue
Right.
from what happened today to
Right.
where they now might want you out. Okay.
Understandable.
Because the whole point of today is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got all the evidence I need. Yeah.
because
I even
you'll
have
still be able
him verbally saying what he was going to do. I even addressed it to the owner and to him, and I let him hear it as well. You know what I mean? And basically, I was just going to go to the Metropolitan Ministries, get that to pay my bills. Everything will be fine. Enough said. You know what I mean? This guy would have been on his own regards, and how he went, and it would have been perfect. But keeping
and it's fine. And like I said, man, you can take him to court for all that stuff. Sounds like you have all the stuff that you need to do that.
Right.
But the reason why they want you out now has nothing to do with that. They're not trying to get you out because you complained about bed bugs.
Right.
Okay? It's because the property manager comes over and tries to talk to you about late rent, and then he gets scared because you're walking around with a Bowie knife while you're hyped up.
No.
That's like I said.
Speculatory.
That's what. But it doesn't matter. That's why we're here.
Right,
That's
exactly.
why they essentially want you out now.
I see.
Okay. That is completely separate from whether or not you take them to court for the other issues.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we're just trying to come up with a solution so everything can work out. Whether you do what you need to do, they do what they need to do, and there's no further issues.
Okay.
So if that means that Rose is coming to get you
Yeah, she should be here soon. Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Okay. What's going to go on in the meantime?
Well, my stuff's already packed and ready to go. I just got to wait for her to come and
In
get
the
me.
living room?
Yeah. And I do have service animals. I got 2 service dogs. I have documentation for both of them.
Big dogs?
Yeah. And I have service, you know what I mean? So if I was back on the street, because I came here to get off the street.
Yeah.
So I came here to make sure that I can go forward. That's why I got the mail, changed over here. My bank account has this address on
Have
it.
you gone through Metropolitan to get
I
those
just
arrangements?
went through them, and they said that I had to have that letter.
Like a caseworker or something working with you?
Yeah, I just went down there and got this ID, and they said, well, as soon as you get the letter, we'll pay that off, and everything will be fine. But last month he was supposed to do it, and then I waited. This month he was going to do it. We're going to go here to the check cash, and just like we always did.
You want essentially a letter from them saying that you're no longer a resident here.
Right, something like that.
You need housing now.
Right.
That's
Right, so I'm not back on the street. Yeah, that's what pretty much was all I'm asking for, is something like that. You work with me, I work with you. Otherwise, we're going to have to work in court, and that's not going to, it's not going to be a...
Hang on over here. Let me talk to them, all right?